record, and we'll talk for a minute. Let's see, what else? I didn't really beat games all that much when I was a kid. Like, I would play until I got bored with it or got stuck. And because they were Nintendo games, very rarely was there a save option.
Mm-hmm.
And if there were passwords, they were god awful and just
Like the original Mega Man games?
Who?
No, actually those I did write down passwords for. I'm talking like Metroid and like Xanadu that had the long strings of passwords that I would write down somewhere once, and then I would go to enter it back in, and I would transpose something wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Right
the
there
password
for you
wouldn't
on
work, and I'd
Metroid.
go, ah!
Right there with you on Metroid.
So I would just type in Justin Bailey and run around and shoot things as No Suit Samus.
I think Justin because I played a lot of RPGs, I actually did play games to completion, because generally with RPGs, as long as you don't get completely stuck, you level up a little bit and you're good to go. It's something I both enjoy about them, and as I have gotten older, maybe not so much, because it almost feels not too easy. It, again, depends on the RPG. Some are much harder than others, but almost a little too formulaic. Mario, stuck, get good, work on your timing, your jumping. Same with something like, Cuphead or whatever. I assume I never played Cuphead, but, platformers like that. You figure your way through it. Puzzle games, you figure out the puzzles or kind of what it's asking you. RPGs,
grind.
Grind.
Yeah, for some reason, like, I was thinking primarily of Nintendo games. I just didn't beat all that much. But Super Nintendo games, I would actually play until I beat them a lot more often. I guess because I was getting older and appreciating things more. Plus, Nintendo Hard didn't apply as much with Super Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said just earlier in the context of things that are awesome, you mentioned Battletoads. I tried the original Battletoads. I failed at Battletoads. Whew.
I don't know if I could ever get past the damn snake level.
I feel like we've had this conversation.
Recently, yeah, a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But so not to reiterate, but...
Yeah, I got good at the turbo tunnel, so the turbo tunnel didn't bother me that much. As long as I was playing single player. If I was playing with someone else, then I hated the turbo tunnel with fiery passion.
Because they couldn't do it.
Because they couldn't do it.
I would have been that. We didn't know each other back then. That would have been me, because I couldn't do it on single player. So
It was also me.
But for some reason, like the third or fourth snake level, just I could not figure out how to manage that. And so I would fall on spikes and die over and over and over, and then get mad and turn it off. Because Battletoads.
Yeah.
See, that's why I was able to acquire a Game Genie.
Yeah,
For the original Super Nintendo. That made playing video games so much easier.
Yeah, I used to have the infinite gold code. Well, not infinite gold, but your gold doesn't go down code for Final Fantasy 1 memorized. It involved G's and X's and S's and a V at the end. I still remember some of it. But it was a 2-line code, and I used to have it memorized because every time I would play Final Fantasy, I would put it in, because that just made the grind less hassle.
That's the only way I beat Double Dragon too.
Nice.
I played the entire game, but it was just that you never, like, your lives, you never lost any lives. So I mean, you would die, but you would just pop back up, and you could actually play the game for fun.
I remember Double Dragon 2 was fine up until this platforming thing close to the end that had invisible, like, appearing and disappearing platforms that had no place in a brawler.
Yep.
And they put it in anyway, and I would always lose right there. Because...
That's where I had trouble.
Yeah, it's where everyone had trouble, because they were bastards.
I mean, the controls were not great to begin with. Because the only way to jump, I think you had to hit both buttons at the same time to jump. And then you also had to, like, control and do all this stuff, and you had to be on the edge of it to actually make it to the next platform, and blah, 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 and yeah. It was unnecessarily hard.
Like his children's heads.
That's right.
Right, I completely forgot that I hit record. So we've actually been talking about old video games for 6 minutes now. So hey, YouTube people, I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, and Pinball, thank you for that. Hang on, 49-month resub. Holy crap!
Nice.
That is not a small number. Wait, Mike, you're the math guy. Is that a small number?
Oh boy. No.
Okay, I didn't think so. But I wanted to double check.
I am told I'm about to have some dogs, so when you hear something, that's them.
I didn't even know you were pregnant.
He just found out.
Well, there you go. Way to leave it to the last minute for us. Hello, I'm a representative of the famous site investing-com. Yeah, I'm sure this is a legit email that just popped up on my phone. The famous site investing-com. Jesus.
As opposed to that other knockoff one.
Yeah, investing-org, I guess. Oh my god, I just showed Amanda the original Trogdor video for the first time.
Huh.
Because I got a Trogdor shirt that I ordered like a month and a half ago and completely forgot about.
Oh, cool.
And she's like, what is that? And I went, she said, what? I was like, it's from Strong Bad Email. She went, what is that? I was like, Homestar Runner? She went, are you having a stroke? I was like,
I mean, to be fair, these words taken in the abstract, you know...
It don't mean anything, yeah?
I can see where she's coming from.
So I pulled it up on YouTube, and we watched Dragon.
Mm-mm.
And she enjoyed it, but she's like, what the hell was that? I was like, did you not have the internet when you were, like, college age? Were you using a different internet than we were? Anyway, okay, let's do the show. Hang on. Sorry. Got distracted again. What? I can't do a moment of silence if there's not silence. Are the doggos calm? Okay, here we go. Ow, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is... Oh, God, did I change the number? I did. Episode 638 of the Mana Pool. And this is being recorded on November the 11th, which is one day after the Mana Pool turned 14.
Wow.
Years!
Yeah.
In a row!
I mean, that's usually how this works, yes. But still.
Dirk!
Oh.
Dirk is muted.
Dirk.
Yes.
Dirk, how old is your youngest child?
My youngest child?
Yeah.
5.
Okay, that's not it. How old is your second youngest child?
8.
No, that's not it. How old is your oldest child?
10.
No, that's not it. Brian, how old is your oldest or your child?
11.
No, that's not it either. Damn. Mike, how old is your beard? No, that's not right.
No.
My marriage is 14 years old.
Ah, I knew there was something.
My marriage is like 4 or 5 months older than the show, which is a weird thing to say, but you get it.
Let's see. August, September, October. No, yeah,
Whoa.
4 months.
Hey, random.
Random KO just went nuts with
Yeah.
What happened?
tier 1 subs.
Oh my god, Random KO just gifted 10 subs. Oh wow. Well, that's going to be going for a while. Thanks, buddy. All right, who got one? Razorback, The Great Spag. Oh, well, that's Casey. She'll be happy. Schmuck of all trades, Brian. Woo. Okay, I'm not going to say all of that, but woo Ric Flair stuff. Wolfie Harvell, Dementor, Agusaku, Your Age Unknown Leg. What?
Your rage.
Your Rage Unknown Leg. That's even weirder. And Planeswalker Pat. Well, thank you, Kim Ho, for all of those subs. And for the 100 bits. Wow, look at that. He single-handedly almost kicked off a hype train. Toot. Now I forgot what I was doing. Oh, and then Mike resubbed too for the 20th month. Wow. Oh my god, and then Pinball Witch threw 1,400 bits. Says happy 14 years, my dorks. Holy crap. Well, thank you, everybody. That's insane. We're on a level 4 hype train? Jesus. That's a Twitch thing. I don't actually understand what any of that means other than people can get emotes if they're here for it, I think, or if they... I don't know how that works. I'm a bad Twitch streamer, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Most of the things Twitch does, Twitch just sort of does. And I'm like, oh. Okay, then. So is that everything? No, then there's the bits, then there's Mike's sub, and then there's Pinball's bits. Okay. Okay, then. I completely... So, hi, I'm Chewy. And I am 14 years older than when we started.
I'm Brian. I'm the lead rambler. Wow, yeah, I'm the lead rambler, and
are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I think 14 years. I'm literally forgetting my titles. I'm taking it back. 14 years ago, Chewy goes to me. He's like, "Hey, I want you to be a sometimes host on this thing I'm going to do every now and then. It won't be a big time commitment." I'm like, fine, I'll do it once.
I'm Mike. I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy. And yeah, that's way back. Because I was in grad school at the time, that means like all of my post-college life has happened since the show started.
It's true.
And Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive and moral compass of the group. All those titles were more or less true before the podcast. Maybe not the moral compass part.
I know the green one,
but definitely the green, self-proclaimed greenest man alive part. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride so far. I've enjoyed it. Looking for some more. Looking forward to some more. I think that's better way of saying it.
I was gonna say, sounds almost like an ad. Greenest man alive, looking for some more,
like a
friends.
dating app.
Yeah. Greenest man alive, seeking company,
L4G for podcasting. I guess technically that was me 14 years ago. So we've done the thing where we look back at the show itself over the years. So I thought maybe we would just look back at 2007 and see where the world was and where we were. We were. I don't know why that sounded so funny.
Dang it. Now I'm just hearing in my head, we were.
So let's see. In 2007, the highest grossing films of 2007, just to take you back, were, and this is embarrassing, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Oh.
Wow.
The first of the ones that were...
Well, Dead Man's Chest was not great.
Yeah, but at World's End was worse.
Arguably so. Anyway, keep going.
Second was Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which was one of the better ones of those. Third was Spider-Man 3.
They tried.
Pinball Witch threw 50 more bits and said 2007 was before the MCU. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because the MCU didn't start till, was it 08?
I think it was 9.
Iron
It was one of those two.
Man release date. May 2nd, 2008. Yeah.
Oh, you were right.
Yeah, I've got a whole script written on that I need to change, but still.
Okay.
Fourth was Shrek the Third. And then...
Arguably better than a third in a movie series should be, but...
I don't actually remember the third one. I remember I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Was that the one with Prince Charming?
He came back and brought all the villains back, I believe.
It had King Arthur as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, that one. Okay, yeah. That one was pretty good. Fifth was Transformers, the first one. Not the, the good one from the 80s, but the first of the Bayformers movies.
Yes. I still find that one worth watching. It got worse from there. Let's all agree on that.
It pretty much did.
It was a precipitous decline.
Oh yeah, like falling off a mountain.
We get our second Disney movie, but our first animated Disney movie, Ratatouille, took number 6.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
I just watched that for the first time, I think last year or the year before or something, and yeah, it's pretty damn good.
Well, good.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I missed a string of Pixar movies for several years.
Well,
next was I Am Legend, the bad Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
Then the Simpsons movie cracked the top 10. National Treasure Book of Secrets, which was, the sequel movie.
Yeah.
Which one was that? That was the I'm going to kidnap the
Race
President
for
of the United States.
Yes, it was the one. With a lot of the Civil War stuff.
And then the last of the top 10 was 300.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I've seen all but 2 of these. I never saw 300 and I never saw the Simpsons movie. But the rest I've seen, for better or for worse.
I think it was okay. I don't remember much about it.
The Simpsons movie? It was fine.
I didn't watch it.
All I know is Spider Pig. Wait, there was a sequel to National Treasure? Are you sure? Yeah, I'm looking at it.
That was the sequel to National Treasure. Book of Secrets was the sequel to National Treasure.
That's what it was, yeah.
I don't remember hardly anything about it because it was not as good as the first one, which I think is what the point Razorback was making there.
I mean, yeah, that's arguable.
And then in video games, the top 7, I don't know why it's 7, but the top 7 best-selling games in worldwide retail sales. Number 1 was Wii Sports.
Well, that's because it was bundled.
packaged with the Wii.
Yeah, and the Wii sold more units than anyone had any right to ever have sold ever.
Yeah.
Second was Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Which makes sense because Pokemon fans are fanatical. Third was Halo 3. I had completely forgotten that was 2007. Huh. Fourth was Wii Play, which that one I absolutely don't understand.
Maybe another, like, it was packaged with kind of thing.
Maybe? I know I had it, but I can't remember for the life of me why. Then Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, where the game took a turn away from World War II and then continued to vomit out basically the same game every year after this, or every other year. Because there for a while, Infinity Ward and Treyarch were trading off, but this was the beginning of all that. I got sucked into Call of Duty 4. It was good. The 6th best-selling game worldwide was Brain Age 2. What? And then the 7th is Super Mario Galaxy.
I like Super Mario Galaxy.
Huh.
So of the top 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were Nintendo.
Nintendo with the Wii was on top of the world. I remember.
And the DS. The DS was by far the most selling.
That's right. Brain Age was a DS game.
Yeah. Yeah, the DS was by far the most selling unit all over the world that year.
I remember, though, with the Wii having to actually watch the ads and camp out. And the day I got one, I showed up at the store 4 hours early. So...
Oh, Pinball threw 10 bits and said the Pokemon games, what were those, Diamond and Pearl, have remakes that are about to come out. Really?
Remakes of existing Pokemon games? That feels weird. Why not just make new ones?
I mean, that's not new. They've done that a couple times now.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been into Pokemon for a while.
I know they did it with the originals.
Oh, that's true. They did like Fire Red and Ruby Blue or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole lot of
that
good.
makes perfect sense. Yeah.
That's a whole lot of good content to just never go back to.
And I'm pretty sure they've done at least one other pair of remakes. I am one of those rare people that Pokemon missed completely, so I got nothing.
Oh, you're a rare person. I was more of a Square Enix. So.
I was a rare person up until Microsoft bought them, yes. Let's see here. On the PC, the top selling game in North America was World of Warcraft: The Burning Crusade. Imagine that. The Sims 2 Seasons, Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars. Yeah, there was just a lot of stuff. Let's see. What else is there to talk about in the world? Who was president in 07?
W.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's a shame.
Also, that was the year that the 7th Harry Potter book came out.
Oh, yeah. I wonder who I borrowed that from. Probably Scott's girlfriend at the time, I think. Maybe? Wait, was the 7th one the last one? I can't remember numbers.
7th one was the Deadly Hallows.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I borrowed that from her.
That was the first one I ever bought.
Really?
Because prior to that, I had someone else had the books, and I had borrowed it when they were finished. That was the first one that, when it came out, I actually bought, and then I rebought all the other ones later on. to fill it out, to fill out my collection. But yeah, that was the first one I ever bought.
My family was really into it. My sister was in high school as a lot of them were coming out, and her English teacher was, really into it. So when they started making the movies, my family was like, "Oh, these are great!" And I saw the first two movies without having read the books, and I'm like, "These seem pretty good." And then I read the third book and saw the third movie, and I'm like, "What the hell did I just watch?" Just like, that was very jarring. So, but either I or family members had all of them pretty much at any given time, and I started reading them starting with the third one. I actually went back at some point and read the first two, but
I think I got through I watched the first two movies and then read the first two books, and then got through the third book before the third movie came out.
See, I was completely biased against Harry Potter when it came out because I was a fan of the Books of Magic, a comic series where there was a British kid who looks just like Harry Potter, who is prophesied to be the chosen one and the greatest wizard of his age and all that. And I was like, could you get an original story sometime maybe? But then I took that honor seminar, or the Strong College seminar actually, that was dark children's literature.
mm-hmm.
And the first Harry Potter book was on there, and then we went to see the movie because the movie came out that year. So that's how I got into the series. I was like, damn, this is actually good. This sucks. But anyway.
Sometimes something will have the appearance of like, oh, this is just for kids or whatever. And it turns out it's really not.
Yeah. I am, as Pinball Witch pointed out, legally obligated to point out that J.K. Rowling turned out to be a terrible human being, and that's a damn shame.
Yeah, this is why you don't ever want to meet your heroes,
yeah,
or see their Twitter feeds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And this is why you should totally follow me on Twitter, but don't make me your hero. I'm awesome, but I'm not that awesome. Let's see here. What else? So for me, I was living in my first apartment, as opposed to this apartment, which is the same apartment. And I had just finally gotten out of the parents' house after getting a job that paid enough for me to get the hell out of the parents' house finally. Actually, I don't know how long I lived here before we started the show. Because I just don't store that sort of thing. And I was still with Lex.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working at the place where we made DVRs for security systems. And yeah, that's where I learned all about the craft of podcasting from James, who, as far as I know, is still doing the Comic Book Savant podcast after all these years. So he's been going even longer than us, if he's still going, which I think he is. I'm pretty sure he is. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't have any other, tidbits about me because, if I'm not online, I don't actually exist, it turns out. Did you know that?
I've wondered.
I mean, unless you guys see me, then I exist. But if I'm not online and I'm not actually in front of anyone, I just blink out of existence. It's why I still seem so young, even though I'm technically 40.
You're like the millennial version of Bloody Mary.
No, I don't like tomatoes.
If you're not in front of a monitor, you just disappear. But if someone says your name 3 times, then you turn into Michael Keaton, and
Yeah. So how about you guys? Do you exist? I mean, what were you guys up to in 2007?
So in 2007, I quit my job as a courtroom clerk so that I would be able to start law school, which I did that fall. My wife became my wife. She quit her job at an accounting firm to before she actually had another uh, job lined up, but luckily later that year, around the time I was starting law school, she was able to get the job that she holds now. My brother joined the Marines. My sister went to started med school. My dad retired, and my mom started a new job at the VA hospital. We did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
What about you, Mike?
Let's see. 2007. That would have been let's see, in the fall and winter of 2007. That would have been the beginning of my second year of grad school in Raleigh. I was in the little apartment there. So yeah, I was still in school, partly because like my original plans for what I was going to do after undergrad just didn't work out, so I felt like I needed to learn something else. Um, so I went and did that. Was in a relationship at the time that had been going on for a while and went on a little while more, but ended up not working out. Here I am doing so much better. Let's see. That's also the year my brother started at NC State in the computer engineering program, something like that. That didn't work out. He's an HR professional now, so, and he's doing well there. Um, I wasn't on Facebook yet. I didn't join Facebook until sometime in 2008. It looks like I went and looked it up. So yeah, I was lagging behind plenty of people. Part of the reason I joined was because like earlier that year in 2007 was I guess that would have been the 5-year high school reunion, and then also at some point early in 2008, a bunch of people from high school were getting together for something ahead of someone moving out of town or joining the Navy or something. I don't remember. And they were just saying how, it's really hard to find a way to get in touch with you. You should join Facebook. I'm like, okay. And I proceeded to not really talk to any of those people on Facebook.
I was not on Facebook right away. It was when I started law school later that year. Everybody was like, Facebook, and I'm like, I think I've heard of that. I saw a news report on that one time about how many people were like, you know, giving out their information and failing at job interviews because of this Facebook thing, and it was this kind of new and scary thing. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. By the end of law school, I had definitely signed up, and as soon as I finished law school, I stopped using it. That's just me.
Yeah. And I was looking at the Wikipedia page for 2007, and there's a section that says new English words and terms. And the first one, additive manufacturing. I guess that's when it first started entering the mainstream, because like that wasn't a brand new thing. I was learning about it in grad school. So I guess that's just when more normal people started hearing about it.
You were on the cutting edge, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
Whoa, a Wolves Den just raided us with a party of 4.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Wolves Den, and welcome Raiders. I gotta quit saying that. That's the name of my like elementary school team, was the Welcome Raiders. And so every time I say that, I see these tiny little children running around in black and silver, and I want to trip them. Anyway. Keep going, Dirk. Sorry, I had to get that out before I forgot.
2007.
For me, I had moved out of my parents' basement and was living in Greensboro, working in Lexington. That was the 3rd/4th year I was teaching. I had met my future wife, but we weren't together. And that was also when I played WoW often enough that I would play till midnight, wake up at 6, go to work, come back when I got back home from work, sleep for an hour, and then rinse and repeat. So that was essentially my WoW experience prior to or during 2007, and that was more or less what my thought was, and that I wasn't improving myself in any way at that point, other than just, I've got a job. I don't like my job, but it pays well enough that I'm going to maintain it. So, I don't know. I think that year was just kind of doing the podcast, having something that got me out of the monotony of what I was going through, I think was a good thing.
Good.
Although we didn't actually start the podcast till, the end of the year.
At that point, that meant that was my 4th year teaching at that point then.
Hey man, time is just like a human construct or something, okay? So, look, he says accurate. He was doing it in February. He was probably doing it in February. Although, probably not.
Listen, I've went through at least like 2 girlfriends during that year.
You went through them?
Yeah. Because they got started and then they definitely got ended.
Came out the other side. It was awful.
Yeah.
You weren't a lawyer yet, so we didn't bother you with it.
Okay. Now that
none of us were English majors. None of us. I definitely didn't see about what would be a better way of constructing this sentence than the way it came out of my mouth.
And let's see, in Magic, Lorwyn had come out.
Mm-hmm. I remember our first preview season was for Morningtide.
Yeah. And that's all I got, actually. It was Morningtide was due to come out. We had been playing for several years together at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've told the story many times, we were drifting apart, and that bothered me. And I thought, you know what? Why don't we do a podcast, and that'll give us an excuse to talk to each other.
And it did exactly that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is probably the only reason that the 4 of us still talk.
It has to be. I don't talk to anyone else from that long ago, hardly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Monday Night Magic has been stopped for what, less than a year, and it's already to the point where like the Monday Night Magic chat, the Google chat that we had, is still used almost every day, but we don't actually talk anymore. Just the occasional, like talk out loud. I mean, like, how long's it been since I got Bill and Clues to do a like a just chatting stream or something? It's been a while, because when they're not podcasting, now they have other stuff to do. And the reason we haven't had Bill on this show anymore is because Thursday nights is when he does D&D.
D&D? Who plays that?
So I'm like, hey man, you want to come on the show? We're talking about, and he's like, can't, D&D. I'm like, right, piss. So anytime he shows up in the chat, it's because he's waiting on D&D to start on Thursdays. So yeah, without the show, I'm sure that we would still, like, every once in a while, hey, how you doing? But that's probably about it, to be perfectly honest.
be through Facebook.
Yeah,
So in other
I'd
words,
send you each a happy
Mike wouldn't
birthday.
have been able to do it.
We've already established I don't really use that, so.
And I really should stop.
My life has been a lot. I've had a lot more time when I was just like, I'm done with this. And I've popped on occasionally, just sort of poke my head and see what's in the water of Facebook. And as usual, I look around and go, God, you know what? I'm turning this off. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I was also the content manager, the article guy for Card Shark back then.
And I wrote for them.
Yeah.
On occasion.
I wrote a few as well.
I bought cards from them.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, we're going to do a podcast. You guys want to sponsor us? Give us some money. We'll mention you every week. And they were like, sure, why not? Sweet.
Are they even still around?
Yeah, but I don't think they care anymore. The site looks old and outdated. And at some point, the two that ran it, like, apparently divorced. And then Matt turned into a douchebag. I spotted one of those long, angry rants sometime last year. I don't remember if it was about masks or vaccines or what, but it was like one of those long-ass, unhinged, clearly typed out when he was mad about things. And I was like, what the... And yeah, I removed him from my friends list. I was like, it was some vile stuff. And I was like, what the... No. So while I appreciate their sponsorship in the past, we're not sponsored anymore. Don't shop there. Ow. Yeah, I don't even think I was on Facebook yet. I think I joined Facebook so I could make a show for the page. So I'm pretty sure I joined Facebook in 2008 sometime. But I could be wrong about that. I know Mike was like my first friend.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mike or Scott, who's one of those. So, yeah. And then we had the forums that we co-opted pretty much from the Card Shark people, and that was fun for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of dried up at some point. I don't even remember why it dried up at some point. I think this forums became an outdated thing.
Yeah.
You don't really see a whole lot of that anymore.
And now we have the Discord, which, by the way, if you're listening to this, you should totally join the Discord. Oh my god. And Pinball Witch through 10 bits. It's a free Dissension Uncommons. Oh my god.
Taking it back. Taking it back. Oh.
Yeah, that was definitely a long time ago.
Yeah. Let's see. If I'm 40 now, then when we started the show, I was 26? Oh my god.
Gosh.
Are you serious? Huh?
Time keeps on slipping.
Gee, that's...
Down the staircase.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Beats the alternative.
What, never aging? I don't think it does.
Yeah.
Aging backwards?
Even better. No, that'd be worse, actually, no. Can I go back to like 26 and just freeze it there? That'd be cool.
I never saw Benjamin Button, but did he ever figure out that he certainly must have survived living an earlier life because he started out old, or is that not a guarantee? I don't know how these things work.
I also never saw Benjamin Button, so I got nothing.
And I remember that when that movie was like, everybody was like, it was the hot mess, and people were like, yeah, and I don't know, yeah.
Oh, that came out in 2008.
Hey, that's when Iron Man came out.
Hey!
I remember seeing the first part of the movie and then not the rest of it.
Man, I could never do that. That would make me break out in hives.
It was 2 hours and 46 minutes long, which in 2008 means it was 18 hours long. Like, they didn't do that much in 2008. Like,
No.
Like, in the last month, I've seen 2 movies that were about that long. Wait. Dune is 2 hours and 35 minutes, and Eternals is 2 hours and 37 minutes. So, yeah. Nowadays, it's much more common. But back then, an almost 3-hour movie was like, nah. Unless it was something we all really wanted to see, like, I don't know, Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was going on in video games in 2007?
You other than all the stuff I rattled off before?
No, no, never mind. I was thinking specifically of like StarCraft, and I'm like, StarCraft 2 had not come out yet. And why did I think about that? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, Rock Band came out just a couple weeks after we started the show.
Oh, dude, Rock Band.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, because I remember, I think I got it from the parents for my birthday or Christmas or something. And we played the hell out of Rock Band and Rock Band 2 and Rock Band 3 in this apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing beats listening to Mike belt out Painkiller. I'm just saying.
It's pretty fun.
Black Hole Sun. Wait, don't want to get demonetized.
The
also,
orange...
in a completely different way, nothing beats hearing Brian belt out Sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
That's an entirely different axis of hilarious, yes. The Orange Box came out in December of 2007.
Huh.
Yeah.
What was the Orange Box?
Portal, Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2, and Half-Life 2 episodes 1 and 2. Is that right? Hey, I got them all. Damn, I'm good. I only ever played Portal on the Orange Box.
I got the Orange Box on Steam, but I only ever played like 15 minutes of Half-Life 1.
Half-Life 1 wasn't on the Orange Box.
What? Okay, then I got that also, but only played 15 minutes of it
Oh.
and played nothing on the Orange Box.
That's a shame. Like, I got it, and then I realized, I should play Half-Life 1 first. And the only place you could play Half-Life 1 was PC, which I wasn't doing at the time, and like PS1. And it was hard to track down, so I just never did. So I never played Half-Life 2 or Half-Life 2 Episode 1 or Episode 2. And Team Fortress 2 I didn't care about, so I bought the Orange Box so I could play Portal, essentially. Let's see, what was on the 360? Madden 08, of course. Assassin's Creed. And Bioshock.
War 2.
Do what?
God of War 2.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wait, I'm on 360. Scroll. God of War 2, yeah. MLB 07, The Show. Was that the first one that was The Show? I think it might have been. PS3 was out at this point? Oh, yeah, because the 360 was out, so duh. Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Oblivion was out on the PS3.
Assassin's Creed.
That's right. I'm sorry. I was like, I know that you mentioned you mostly stuck to the Nintendo stuff before. That's what was throwing me off.
Oh, I just rattled off the top 7 before. Yeah. Let's see. Super Mario Galaxy, Super Paper Mario, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. All those came out that year, or were the top sellers that year. I assume they came out that year. Crackdown, the first one, which is better than the second one, and also probably better than the new one. And Lost Planet Extreme Condition. in case you're one of the people that remembers that. That's what was going on in the video games outside of the top 7.
Okay.
Symphony of the Night? What? Oh, on the 360. Okay. I was like, what? Ooh, Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions came out on the PSP that year. Phantom Hourglass for the Zelda fans. Yeah.
See, it's funny. I mouse over Oblivion and it says 2006, but here it says its release date was 2007. Oh, for the PlayStation 3. That's
Yeah, on the PS3 it came out then, yeah. So yeah, we that's what was going on with us and in the world and whatnot. And podcasts were not the ubiquitous thing. Like the joke that like every white dude with an internet connection and a microphone decided to do a podcast wasn't a thing yet. We were way ahead of that curve.
Yeah.
We were also before the massive glut of Magic podcasts that came afterwards. Like there were still several before us. Like Monday Night Magic, obviously. The Magic School Bus was a thing. I'm pretty sure BDM and Flores were doing top 8 Magic at that point.
Mm-hmm. Magic Sock.
The Magic Sock was still going at that point. Yeah. And then there was us.
That there wasn't a whole lot of like there were podcasts, but there were not a huge number of formats that you could do podcasts on. And now you have things like there's iTunes, there's YouTube, which YouTube was not a thing back then. Or if it was, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, when did YouTube start?
And then Twitch was definitely not around then.
Yeah, YouTube started in 2005. So it was slowly picking up speed.
But wasn't it originally, it was just, these were like home videos or little videos that people would upload of themselves or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I have no idea when the idea of people doing YouTube as like a thing started, but...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. When did YouTube become popular? Huh. That doesn't actually tell me anything. Thanks, Internet. Ooh, notable... Oh, here we go. Pinball Witch has stuff. Notable TV shows that ended in 2007. Seventh Heaven. Hey, you remember that show?
Yes.
Avatar The Last Airbender. Aw.
Oh, wow. That ended 2007? I didn't get into
Battlestar
that for
Galactica.
a while, so.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and The Wire. Damn. That's some quality stuff. And also Seventh Heaven, which I never watched, so I got nothing on
I was
that one.
aware of it. I never really...
Yeah, when okay. Twitch started in 2011. When did Justin TV start? ...2006. Okay, so Justin.tv was a thing already. Oh, wait. Above that are shows that started. Oh, okay, hang on. Here we go.
Chuck.
TV shows that started in 2007. Mad Men. Yeah. Chuck? What the hell is Chuck?
Chuck.
Chuck was the show with there was the nerdy guy.
Oh, yeah,
and
the
then there was
derpy
hot
guy who
blonde.
was suddenly a secret agent or something.
Yeah.
Right, he downloaded the entire CIA archive and everything.
Right. Burn Notice, which I know is a show Mike watched.
Yeah, I did. I watched that for a while.
and Phineas and Ferb, which missed me completely because, obviously. Zachary Levi, that's who it was. Yeah, I spotted him in something recently, and I went, why do I know? Where did he come? It was Shazam, actually. I was like, where did he come from? And I looked at it, it was Chuck, and I went, what? Because he's Shazam. He started off as Chuck, and now he's Shazam. It's a hell of a career arc. So, yeah. I don't know how much more reminiscing we're going to do. I just thought it would be nice to look back at what we were doing. We were not the same people that we are now, like, at all. Because, you know, every 7 years you've replaced every cell in your body, so technically you're a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And also, I don't remember the date, but every some number of years, most people undergo like a massive shift in beliefs or personality or stance or something.
Right.
And so we've been alive through at least two of those. So yeah, going back to listen to the old episodes would probably be god awful, because I'd be like, oh my god, you can't say that anymore, Chewie, what the hell? But
Yeah, maybe. Also, some of the earliest episodes, I mean, they're just bad because we didn't know what we were doing and sucked at it.
it's true, yeah.
Like, we totally weren't scripting that first episode.
Totally.
Was I even on that one? I don't think I was.
I don't think you were, no.
Yes, and Chewie saying every episode, we're totally not scripting this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which is funny because every episode we've ever done has been fully scripted ahead of time, so.
Oh, sure.
But yeah. It's just weird to think that and even to this day, I was complaining earlier, I can't get these goobers to respond to the, hey, are we doing a show this week? Nothing. Brian finally said something. I was like, yeah. Anyone else? Nothing. Then this morning, Brian was like, so you want to just talk about the rest of the Crimson Vow cards just so we have a plan? I was like, yeah, does that work for you guys? Nothing. And then eventually they were both like, yep. So after all these years, some things never change.
No.
And you'd think we would get better at it as we go? No.
Consistency is what has made us the people we are today.
Oh my god. I do like to think that I have gotten better at like judging the flow of a conversation and when we should move on. But I also like to think I always had a somewhat good handle on that, because back in the day I pictured myself as Kermit the Frog on this Muppet Show of podcast, where I was the one desperately trying to keep things on track while all the chaos ensued around me.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. So is there anything else, or should we actually look at some Innistrad stuff?
Yeah, maybe we should actually. Stuff.
Fine.
Yeah.
If we gotta.
I mean, we don't have to, but that was kind of a thought.
I mean, we should look at Kaya, if nothing else. Apparently, on Thursday when we were recording, she was sent out in an email to Arena people. Because not long after we got finished, she showed up in the Discord. And I was like, oh. Oh well. I don't know why they waited until the very last day to send her out in an email. But, whatever.
Sure.
So she's in multicolor. And she is Kayak, Geist Hunter. That's weird to say, Geist Hunter. Because, like, my brain is like, Ghost Hunter. Who are you going to call? Kayak!
I mean, that's kind of her job, so, yeah.
Demonetized. So, Kayak Geist Hunter, for 1, a white and a black, is a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Her plus, I haven't read this either. Her +1 says creatures you control gain death touch until end of turn. Ooh. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature token you control. Wait, so all your stuff gets death touch and a token gets bigger. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Her second ability is -2 until end of turn. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Ooh, okay. So she's a token friend. Got it. And then her limit break is -6, exile all cards from all graveyards. Then create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying for each card exiled this way. Oh my god.
That's a lot for 6 loyalty. I mean, the effect is extremely variable. Extremely variable.
Extremely what?
Variable.
So
it's
he repeated,
you know,
so I was gonna see if I could get him to repeat it again.
What he's saying is if you're playing me, you're going to get nothing. If you're playing against Mike, you're going to literally clear the board. Like you're going to need every token possible.
Yeah, you're going to be flipping over couch cushions for quarters.
It's like I just need coins. I need something to act as a token.
Do we have any more D20s? No, man, you cleaned us out. Damn it. Mike's like, I guess you can have my life token. I might as well not play anymore.
All you're going to do is next turn you're going to turn them sideways, and I'm going to have nothing to do, no way of countering it.
Mike, how many cards are left in your library? 4? Oh. Whoops.
How big was your deck to start with? It was like 300 cards.
So Kai is neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like super busted or anything.
No. The Planeswalkers in this set actually feel fairly well balanced. Like, Chandra's a little nuts, but you kind of need to be in mono or almost mono red to really take advantage of her. And Sorin, again, feels fine. I don't see anything here that's like, oh my god, this is going to change the way that any of this plays, you know? Mm-hmm. So, which is good. That's not a bad thing.
Oh, I was like, what is this on my screen? It's on Soren's
It's a
art.
spider. The little pedal.
Yeah, the little pedal right above the dash for Planeswalker dash Soren. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
So if you're watching the video version, you just saw me move my mouse cursor over it like an idiot. I'll be all right. There was something else. There was no, we talked about Anji. Never mind. She was in the first batch.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do
remainder?
Do what?
There's the other cemetery cards. You guys got to all of them except for the.
Oh yeah, the blue one and
the red one.
Was it red?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember when we were talking about it, someone in chat was like, yeah, it's a cycle. And we're like, there's 3 cards. But they were right. It's a cycle.
Yeah. Well, once I saw the other 3, I figured they were right and they were just missing. All right, who wants to read the blue one? Because I have it on the screen.
All right, the Cemetery Illuminator.
Ooh.
Is costs 1 blue for 2/3 spirit with flying. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from the top of your library if it shares a card type with a card exiled with Cemetery Illuminator.
And just so we're clear, that first one says exile a card from a graveyard.
A graveyard, yeah. That's nifty.
That is nifty. It's got the once each turn limit, so you can't go stupid.
Yeah.
You get to choose what you're exiling from what graveyard so that you can use the look at the top card and cast something ability well.
Mm-hmm. And you can strategize because, like, even when it first enters the battlefield, because you may look at the top card of your library anytime, like that literally means anytime. So while the enters the battlefield triggers on the stack, you could be like, okay.
Oh.
And that'll help you decide what to exile with the enters the battlefield trigger.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's the other one that we missed? The red one?
The red one. So this one's interesting. This is the Cemetery Gatekeeper. It's the cheapest of all of them. And it is for 1 and a red, is a 2/1 with first strike. It's a vampire, of course, because, Vow. Again, it's got first strike. When it enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever a player plays a land or casts a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, Cemetery Gatekeeper deals 2 damage to that player. This is giving me some really strong Zuzo flashbacks.
Wow.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm thinking. Now, you only get to exile the 1 card. This isn't one of the ones that also gets more when it attacks. But yeah, like Brian said, I get the feeling like in Modern or Legacy, it's going to come out early and exile a fetch land. You're playing Burn, and you play this and exile a fetch land and continue to put more pressure on your opponent that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So for 2 mana, this feels pretty strong. What were you going to say, Chewy?
What was I going to say something?
You said, oh, wow. So...
Oh, just... No, I just read... I was reading along with Cemetery Gatekeeper, and I'm like, whoa. That's really good.
Yeah.
It gives you that reach, that finishing power.
Mm-hmm.
Especially against control decks, where they like you can grab a land with it, because control decks want to play lands, So it is essentially a Zuzo type of thing.
Zozu.
Zozu.
Mm-hmm.
Zubidi Baba.
Zuko.
Yeah, Zuko.
There you go.
That ended in 2007.
So I hear.
So what else is there that we didn't talk about? Oh, anything cool in Double Face that we missed?
You didn't talk about Edgar, right? Because Edgar wasn't out yet.
That's true. What is he?
No,
black?
Yeah, not yet.
He's white and black.
Oh, he
is double faced. Yes.
Yeah, I did see him at some point.
This is ridiculous. Dark, have you seen Edgar?
Not the one from Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites.
Especially when she got the chainsaw. Ah! I mean, what?
Okay, so Double Face. Because I'm going through and like, where is it? All right,
Yeah,
Edgar. Charmed Groom. For 2 white black, he's a 4/4 vampire noble who's rare. Other vampires you control get +1/+1. When Edgar Charmed Groom dies, return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control, and he turns into Edgar Markov's coffin. Which is a legendary artifact, by the way. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink and put a bloodline counter on Edgar Markov's coffin. Then, if there are 3 or more bloodline counters on it, remove those counters and transform it. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't it? Yeah, I really like this. And it's cool. Then when you transform him, any of the vampire tokens you made are now 2/2s. Hey.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's nothing like busted or anything. He's just a really cool design.
Yeah. It's a neat token generator, too.
If you kill him, he goes over here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a little nap.
If you have one Edgar on the battlefield and you draw another one, you can just play the other one and legend roll one of them to become a coffin and keep going.
Holy crap, you're right. That's hilarious.
That's too funny.
And of course, on his front side, then he's pumping up all these tokens you got.
Yeah. It's awesome.
But for just a second, they do the Spider-Man meme.
So I saw Into the Spider-Verse, but I'm just curious, what is the origin of that meme?
It was from the 60s Spider-Man cartoon. When there was a robot or a clone or something, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Or just some other dude in a spider suit, whatever.
Okay. I didn't know if there was some sort of deeper thing going on.
To my knowledge, it's literally just a few seconds from one of those episodes. Because the 60s Spider-Man cartoon was something, let me tell you.
Like in the comic books, it was in the Sunday comics. They had, again, like the old Spider-Man comics, and in there, didn't Spider-Man someone was masquerading as Spider-Man, and the real Peter Parker was in hiding, and he was watching the fake one who married Mary Jane, and
weren't there a bunch of clones at one point? I didn't really read comics, but I feel like clones were a big thing with Spider-Man for a while.
I mean, the Clone Saga was one of the low points of Spider-Man's history. Bill loved it, but Bill was a weird kid. And he'll never hear this, so haha.
Hi, Bill.
I would say go to Twitter and tell Bill he was a weird kid for liking the Clone Saga, but he'll never see it because he doesn't ever check the Twitter account, so don't bother. There
are other Mythic cards that were not revealed as of when you guys were recording last week.
Wait, really?
There are at least 2 of them in Double Faced. I like, by the way, how you covered the Faithbound Judge last time. That card is something else. That is, whoo.
Oh yeah, there's Jacob Halkin, who I don't recognize. Who's the other one? No, I think that was it.
There's him, and then there's, where is it? The Avabrook Caretaker, or did you get that one? Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, we got that one.
All right, so it's just the Inspector guy.
All right, so Jacob Halkin, Inspector. Just call him Clouseau. For 1 and a blue is a 0/2 legendary human advisor. He has tap. That's the whole cost. Draw a card, then exile a card from your hand face down. You may look at that card for as long as it remains exiled. You may pay 4 blue. If you do, transform Jacob Halkin Inspector. Now remember, that's part of the ability.
That's all one ability. The first time I read this, I was really sure I was missing something.
I'm sure the backside will explain, but so you tap, draw a card, exile a card from your hand face down. You can look at it whenever, as long as it's exiled, and then, still in that ability, you can pay 4 blue, and if you do, you transform him. Okay, got it. And he transforms into Hawkins Insight. What? Okay. A legendary enchantment. What? Okay. Let me read the card. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library face down. You may look at that card for as long as it remains exiled. Okay. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land or cast a spell from among the cards exiled with this permanent without paying its mana cost. Oh!
There it is.
Buh!
Yeah, it's cool.
That is cool. I'm not sure of the flavor of the card, but whatever.
I'm thinking teriyaki.
I'm not going to lick the card to find out.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't entirely know what's going on here, but I like it.
Wait, you're always thinking teriyaki, though. Like, just in general.
That's a fair statement.
There's a card you really like that you did the front side with. Tap, draw a card, then exile a card, and you're like, oh wow, I really want to play this. If you have 6 mana available when you did that, all of a sudden,
that's true.
You can, once during each of your turns, so that means that turn, because that would be the first time you could play that spell.
Yeah.
Any other ones that you just decided, nah, I'm going to save this one. Nah, I'm going to save this one.
Yeah, Dirk is right. Yeah, as long as you didn't have like a second copy, it didn't even matter if you had a second copy. As long as you were able to transform him, you can totally cast the spell that or any of the cards that you've exiled with him thus far for free. That's cool. I didn't even put that together. Good catch, Dirk.
Yeah, I have it occasionally.
Huh. All right.
I mean, that does make this a very interesting card. Definitely worth mythic status.
Oh, yeah.
Did we read Mirror Hall Mimic yet? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. But I also missed that you covered the other one, so.
What's a Mirror Hall Mimic? I just read a card. Someone else read a card.
Okay, this is the Mirror Hall Mimic. For 3 and a blue, it is a 0/0 spirit. And it's a rare. Nice. Next.
That's pretty good.
Wait, there's more words on here. So you may have Mirror Hall Mimic enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. So here's your clone, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's cool. I don't. That's awesome. I kind of get it. Whatever. It says disturb of 3 and 2 blue. So once it's in the graveyard, you pay the 3 and 2 blue. It comes back as an aura, enchant creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of enchanted creature, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types.
Huh. So it's both flavors of clone.
It is both flavors of clone.
It's this is a copy of the thing, and then get a token copy of a thing.
Indeed.
And the backside is called Ghastly Mimicry, which is just a great name.
Mm-hmm. I like the art there, too. That's also the Spider-Man meme. Except one of them's, a ghost.
Yeah, one of them is missing part of his face,
Like you do.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Talk about Catilda.
I
I'm sorry,
don't know
what?
that you did. Catilda.
We did not.
She in the
She's a white double-faced.
in the last set, she was a white green legendary creature that pumped up your other humans, let them tap for mana, and had protection from werewolves. Story wise, she's basically the witch that was trying to run the the whole bringing back the day kind of thing that was going on. But then at the last second, Olivia Voldaren kind of like snapped her neck and drank her blood, and the whole thing.
Like you do.
Like you in fact do when you're an evil, vampire queen wannabe. So here, she's back as a spirit. I just read a card. Note that this is a story spotlight card as well. So somebody read it, like Dirk.
Catilda Dawnheart Martyr for 1 and 2 white. She is a star spirit warlock that's rare and is legendary. She has flying, lifelink, protection from vampires. Catilda Dawnheart Martyr's power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments.
Huh.
And she also has Disturb for 3 and 2 white. And if you do that, Catilda's Rising Dawn is a legendary aura. So Enchanted creature has flying, lifelink, and protection from vampires, and it gets +X, where X is the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. If Catilda's Rising Dawn would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So if she dies, or was it, or you play her Disturb cost, then she makes something else her.
Well, except on the backside, it's protection from vampires versus werewolves.
No, the front is vampires too.
The front is vampires.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Man,
You're thinking of the other card.
I am, in fact. She's all about their protections.
So that's cool. I don't know why. I saw the art and I thought we did this card last week, but we did not. Bad at this game. We did the concealing curtains. We did the very smexy alluring suitor. Oh, here's one I don't think we did. The ill-tempered loner.
No, we didn't.
Okay, Mike, what's he do?
All right. So for 2 red, 3/3 human werewolf. And it has a day-bound, night-bound thing. So this side, the ill-tempered loner, says, whenever ill-tempered loner is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target.
Ooh.
It's always a cool ability. And you can pay 1 in red to give it +2/+0 until end of turn. So it starts as a 3/3. Can't remember if I said that part.
Yep.
So on the night side is the Howl Peck Avenger. That's a 4/4. It has the same double fire breathing ability. You can pay 1 in red to give it +2/+0 until end of turn. But the important part, whenever a permanent you control is dealt damage, Howl Pack Avenger deals that much damage to any target.
Ooh, that's gross.
Yeah. It's great.
Pyroclasm. Oh no!
Yeah. Pyroclasm, Blasphemous Act, Earthquake. Possibilities are near endless. They all do the same thing, but near endless.
Near endless damage.
Yeah. Now it should be pointed out, this doesn't prevent any damage or redirect any damage. It's just whatever damage is dealt, this thing also deals back. So if someone, flame breaks you and a bunch of your stuff is going to die, it's still going to die, but your opponent probably is too.
But an interesting one in green is Ascendant Pack Leader. I don't know if we talked about this one.
Oh, in green.
Mm-hmm.
Not
That's
double-faced rain.
Nope.
Okay,
Standard old
what's
green.
that? Ooh, that's pretty.
So for 1, it's a 2/1 wolf that's rare. Ascendant Pack Leader enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Not bad. When you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a +1/+1 counter on Ascendant Wolf or Pack Leader.
Yeah, it's
So
not
if you're
bad for a
playing-
1-drop.
No, it's not
Yeah.
bad at all. It reminds me of the 1-drop elf that whenever you played a bigger guy, it got a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one can get really big, and the thing is, it doesn't even matter if, because there was the Simic ability was if put a +1/+1 counter on this creature if something bigger shows up. This one doesn't care if it's bigger or not. This could have 8 counters on it. If it's a 4 or greater, you just keep adding counters to it.
Yeah. Also, Al, thank you for that 50-month resub. Holy crap. That is also not a small number.
While I'm going through green, I found an enchantment that appears to do like all the things.
Okay, what's that?
It's called Glorious Sunrise.
That makes sense.
Yeah, glorious is correct. For 3 and 2 green, it's a rare. At the beginning of it's an enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one, and there's 4 bullet points here to choose from. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. So that's the like mini overrun every turn, possibly. Target land gains tap. Add 3 green mana until end of turn. Notice it doesn't say you control. It's almost never going to come up, but you know, politicking is a thing. The third option, draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater. Probably would have been a little too good to just, you know, be like draw a card, because that would be what you do every time. And third option, you gain 3 life.
Huh.
It does all the things.
It gives you a little bit of everything. It's like the tour of Italy. You got a little bit of everything.
He's not wrong. Man, I haven't been to Olive Garden in a long time.
What the hell? Yeah, this is cool because, you know, more options, more better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever, like if you don't have a board, then you're not going to use the first one, and you're probably not going to use the third one. If you've got something big in your hand you need to cast, you're probably going to use the second one. And if you don't have anything going on, screw it, I'll just gain 3 life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be noted, though, that a still more glorious dawn awaits. Not a sunrise, but a galaxy rise.
Mm-hmm.
A morning filled with 400 billion suns.
I feel like this is a reference to something.
Are you reading that, or did you just remember it?
Well, no, I love that song.
Yeah.
That's
It's
impressive.
a good song.
You remembered that much?
I mean, I could sing the whole thing to you if you like, but I'm not gonna. It's still on my iPod, dude. Whenever I'm listening to music, that still comes up. That is Glorious Dawn by Symphony of Science, which uses audio samples of That Was Carl Sagan, but it's also got some... who else is in that one?
Stephen
Hawking.
Yeah.
I feel like there's someone else that I'm forgetting.
I thought
No,
it was.
I think that's
that
just 2 of them.
Hawking break.
Anyway, I saw Glorious Sunrise, and that immediately popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the card, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
It's all the things you want it to do.
Also, who are these people? That's Teferi and Arlen. Who's the duded up person in the middle?
That looks like Taldina. maybe she
Who?
got rebodied.
Matilda.
Catilda, yeah.
Oh, the dead person we were talking about before.
Yeah, apparently doing pretty well.
Oh yeah, I recognize the headgear in the spirit. Yeah. Hey, Cardboard Samurai just subbed for the 8th month. Nice, thank you. Said I was busy watching football and noticed the anniversary. Congrats. Hey, thank you very much. Oh yeah, it's Thursday. There's football. See, Planeswalker Patton loves Symphony of Science. Damn right you do. Cause it's awesome. Oh man, look at Howling Moon right below it. For 2 and a green, it's a rare enchantment.
I'm trying not to look at the card next to that because it's bothering me. So, yes, Howling Moon.
Yeah. Howling Moon for 2 and a green is a rare enchantment that says at the beginning of combat on your turn, target wolf or werewolf you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Nice and simple. But the thing that I think is important, it says whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. And for multiplayer, it doesn't say on their own turn. It just says when an opponent casts their second spell each turn.
Yeah.
So if Mike casts 2 spells during his turn, and Brian casts 2 spells during Mike's turn, do you draw 2 cards?
No, you get 2 tokens.
I mean, sorry, do you get 2? Does it trigger twice? There we go, covered.
Mike.
Yes, it does.
Shh, let me draw the cards, Mike.
If I can't draw the cards, nobody can draw the cards.
That
Fine.
sounds about right, yeah. I like this because people playing spells during their 2 spells during their turn is how they try to deactivate your werewolf. So here's a little compensation of like, oh, well, all right then.
Guess I'll get another wolf. Yeah. Hey, look, mulch.
Man, love it.
Yeah, it's back.
Wow.
Mulch is
Back
awesome.
again.
Mulch is back.
Tell a friend.
Lord.
Like 1 and a green to draw 4 cards? This is broken.
You're broken. Oh, I just saw the art for Stensia Uprising. In red. That's cool. Did they burn a vampire or what's going on there?
I don't know, there's something on fire.
Oh, it's more tokens. So Stensia Uprising for 2 red is an enchantment, a rare enchantment that says at the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 red human creature token. Okay. Then, if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Stensia Uprising. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. That's weird. Huh. And the flavor text is, vampires have done nothing but take from us. Tonight, we reclaim what's ours. Tonight, we celebrate our Independence Night. Oh, wait, no, I added that last part. So, yeah, I guess they set a vampire on fire, and now they're marching away to go do some other good deeds.
Yeah, could be.
Which, if you're going to set someone on fire, it might as well be a vampire. Just a couple days ago, I finished reading Grave Peril, the 3rd Dresden Files book. So I'm all about setting vampires on fire now. Not really spoilers, but vampires are dicks. In the Dresden Files. And, in Magic. Oh, check out Olivia's attendance.
Yeah.
They're Snazzy. What do they do?
They make a lot of blood.
Oh, I didn't even read the card yet. Okay, what do they do?
So for 4 red, a 6/6 rare vampire with menace.
Jesus.
So that's big time. Whenever Olivia's attendants deals damage, create that many blood tokens.
Oh.
Yeah, it also has this other ability, pay 2 and a red, and the attendants deal 1 damage to any target.
Oh. A 6/6 with menace with a ping ability that doesn't tap it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's a lot of late game damage.
I mean, it costs 6 mana, but jeez.
Yeah, it has 6 mana for a 6/6 with an evasion ability.
With an evasion ability that you create that many blood tokens and just like, oh, ping. And it's not legendary.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of wonder if this was legendary, would this just be like the go-to red commander? Like, if when in doubt. Probably not, because there's stiff competition for that, but this does a lot. This does a lot.
Yeah, so if you're serious about, just making a bunch of blood tokens to do stuff with, not necessarily to activate their ability, but to pour into other cards that like to use blood tokens for stuff. Yeah, that's pretty useful at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me a bit of there were some pirates in Ixalan that could threaten something for 4 mana, and end game you're just like, all right, I'm gonna take your 2 guys and hit you, captivating somebody.
I'm sorry, I just scrolled up and saw the art for Lightning Wolf. It's literally a wolf
captivating crew
that's getting struck by lightning.
Well, yeah. It's a really nice picture, too.
Who's a good
doggo. Yeah. He is not bothered by the lightning one bit.
That's because, see, the wolf got struck on the back. If it was gonads in the lightning, the wolf would totally care. Look, we're talking about old school nonsense today, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
In the rain. Whee! Okay, anyway.
Harrowed. Harrow's Downfall is back as an uncommon.
What is?
I didn't notice that it was shifted in rarity.
What? What is it?
It's an uncommon.
No, what card?
Hero's Downfall.
Oh. I also did not notice that it was an uncommon. Of course, I mean I did, but I forgot that it was originally not.
And it has a little reference to Audric being turned into a vampire.
Yeah, I think we talked about that last week, didn't we?
I think you did.
I just love the art on this because it's that classic horror movie thing. Some of these arts are something. Like I'm scrolling past Mind Leech Ghoul going, nope. And then Persistent Specimen looks like an animate classroom skeleton. Is he?
Yeah.
I'm pretty like I see that the jawbone is being reattached through magic somehow, and there are several other bones floating around that are probably being reassembled. What does this card do? Persistent Specimen for a black. It's a 1/1 common skeleton. And for 2 and a black, you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Oh. Okay. That makes perfect sense with the art then. And the flavor text is brilliant. The jawbone's connected to the skull bone. The skull bone's connected to the hook thingy. And that was Garl, Stitcher's assistant. Damn it, Garl. Running out of cards to talk about.
Well, I mean, this is the third, episode, so. Have we talked about Aim for the Head? Because it's just awesome.
That is the best picture ever.
Okay, what's that do?
So, for 2 and a black, it's really simple. It's a common card. It's a sorcery. Choose one. Exile target zombie, or target opponent exiles 2 cards in their hand. But it's the art.
Yeah, it's definitely a zombie with an arrow going through its head, and it's reaching up and poking the back of the arrow like, ooh. Which, for those of you listening in audio form and that haven't seen the card yet, and yeah, it's like adorably grisly.
I find it a bit funny that it exiles a zombie when clearly this zombie seems to be doing okay, at least for the next second or two.
Yeah.
He's like...
I wondered about that too.
Maybe it exiles a zombie because the zombie forgets what it was doing and just starts playing with the thing sticking out of its head. So it just removes itself from combat. It's like, ooh, what's this? Thung. That kind of tickles. Thung.
That is a distinct possibility. I like that.
Like in the middle of the night when the cat finds the door stopper thing.
Yeah, the door stopper thing.
You know, the spring thing.
Yeah, the brong.
Yeah. God. That happened once here, back when Kita lived here. She found one at like 3 a.m. when I was dead asleep and proceeded to start playing with it and scared the crap out of me. I'm pretty sure Scott slept through it, and I wanted to stab him in the neck. Anyway. The things you randomly remember. Whoa, Patchwork Crawler is cool. In blue.
Is that still in black? Oh.
For 1 and a blue, it's a rare zombie horror. That's a 1/2. For 2 and a blue, you exile target creature from your graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on Patchwork Crawler. Blah. And Patchwork Crawler has all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with it. So that's neat.
Yeah.
I approve.
Oh god, there's another Kraken horror. Did we talk about Hullbreaker horror?
No.
What the? Hey Dirk, you're a Kraken guy, sorta.
It was in blue.
Yeah. Ow.
What's the name? Oh, Hullbreak Horror.
Yeah.
So for 5 and 2 blue, it's a 7/8 Kraken Horror that's rare and has flash. This spell can't be countered.
Buh.
Whenever you cast a spell, cast a spell. Choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
So it turns every instant into a memory lapse.
Yeah.
Buh. Or every instant into a, whatever the non-land boomerang is. What the hell is that?
Uh,
Well, for being that specific, the first one isn't to memory lapse either because it goes to the hand.
Oh, that's
instead of
true.
the
Yeah.
library.
So it's what? What was that?
I don't know. I mean, Remand, but Remand draws you a card, and this doesn't. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Not quite memory lapse. Sorry, I forgot memory lapse puts it on the library, which is way more punishing. So just ignore me.
Yeah, didn't it recently get banned in some format?
That sounds about right.
In something, yeah. Hang on, let's look. Control F, memory. Not memory jar, memory lapse. It was suspended in historic.
Okay.
Yeah. In last month. So yeah. But back to Hullbreaker horror. This card is dumb.
It's very crustacean-y for a Kraken.
Yeah.
Like, this looks like something I pick out at Red Lobster, in the tank. But, that's a ship under it. That's a scale ship, so...
I mean, even ignoring the size, if they have something with this many arms in the tank at Red Lobster, maybe don't eat that.
Or maybe do eat that.
Or maybe do eat that and gain its power, yeah. I found the best video on YouTube earlier, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
This is completely out of the blue. But it's, So, you know how anime people like to pick apart anime characters?
You could have just said, how anime people like to pick apart, and I would have followed you with just about everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But this person was charting the power level of one character across the run of that character's show.
Mm-hmm.
But the power level, the character was Dale Gribble.
Dale Gribble. Why do I know that name?
From King of the Hill.
Uh-huh.
Was that the guy? Was he the was he the one? I don't remember.
Sunglasses.
He was the one that always smoked and had the glasses, and the hat, and pocket sand. Ha ha ha.
Did he have like the insect removal business?
Yep. Yeah, that's him. But yeah, it followed Dale Gribble and charted his power level throughout it like he was a shonen anime character, and it was brilliant. Like when he gets to the season where there's an episode where Dale gets a suit of armor, he's like, and you see in this season he unlocks his mighty armor form, and I was like, and he plays it completely straight, like. And there's a little percentage in the corner at the end of each season. What percentage of his full power was he at the end of the season? I think it was called Scaling the True Power of Dale Gribble. And it was like 40 minutes long, but it was well worth it. Like, I sat there and giggled the entire time. Especially once I realized that this guy was going to play it straight, as if this was a shonen anime, and he was tracking Goku's power level. Like, it was great. But anyway, I just thought I'd share. I highly recommend everyone look that up and watch it if you're into anime or King of the Hill, or using King of the Hill to make fun of anime nerds, which I'm pretty sure this guy was making fun of YouTubers or YouTube videos that do that with anime characters. But even without any context of what those videos are like, I still giggled the whole time. Anyway.
Nice.
Sha. And he never once mentioned pocket sand throughout the entire video.
Weird.
Because it turns out Dale Gribble is so powerful that the pocket sand doesn't matter. Anyway, are we done? I get the feeling we're done.
I think we can be done. Yeah. That's allowed.
All right. So if we missed anything, then, sorry about that. Al said, free crab legs are free crab legs. They're going to make you pay more for that many crab legs, though, at Red Lobster. But like, oh, this guy wants the mutant. That'll be way more expensive. I don't even like crab legs.
They're too much work for me.
Thank you.
The crab legs are too much work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a hassle. To
Yeah,
crack them open and get all the meat out from them and everything.
That's why I don't like wings with bones. Cause
those are easy.
Yeah, there's still too much hassle. Because then you're covered in crap. And you got a plate full of bones. Just get boneless wings, you coward. Then you can use a knife and fork like a civilized human being. You get done eating bone-in wings and you look like a vampire who just came off of a bender. And it's not a good look.
You could eat bone-in wings with a knife and a fork.
Yeah, but then you're just a weirdo.
Like even more of a weirdo. Yeah.
And no offense to anyone who does eat bone-in wings with a knife and a fork, you weirdo.
Chewie just doesn't respect you anymore, that's all.
No, it's not that. It's just, it's weird. And being weird is not bad. I am extremely weird, just not with that. I also don't know how to drive a stick. You know why? Because it's 2021, and technology is to the point where I shouldn't have to learn how to drive a stick. And yes, that's been my excuse every year. Not the 2021. Every year. When I was driving for the dealership, it was like, look, it's 2018 or whatever. I shouldn't have to learn how to drive a stick because technology's advanced past that. Chopsticks? You can't eat bone-in wings with chopsticks.
I
guess you could.
Trying to unlock the achievement, maybe.
Yeah, if you're trying to platinum
it's
eating
like
with chopsticks.
It's like the Mr. Miyagi, I don't have to use chopsticks to kill this this fly, but I'm gonna.
All right, dorks. How about some final thoughts?
So I'm back. I apologize for not being here last week, but I was in court past 7:30, and on the show I heard you guys say, like, is there night court? And I'm like, not to my knowledge in the county where I work. No, we started at 8:30 in the morning. We just went that long. So yeah, that was last Thursday, and that was also, I will say, atypical doesn't begin to cover it. That was just about unheard of. But work is work, and everybody kind of pitched in and tried to get there. It was just some big cases, and I'm here. I'm back, and I'm happy to be talking about this. And yeah. Today in the U.S. is Veterans Day, and regardless of where you live or what your politics are, if you know someone that has served, make sure they're okay. Because again, getting past the whole war is bad, and I'm not taking any side with any of that national security stuff or whatever. I know that service members sometimes are put through actual literal hell, so maybe if you know somebody that has served, go check on them. Say not just the whole, thank you for your service, but like, hey, man, woman, person, you okay? How are you doing today? So probably a good habit to do with people, regardless of 365 or what day it is or whatever. But hey, just my little PSA for the evening.
I live on the internet too much because when you said man, woman, person, my brain went camera, TV. And I hate myself for that.
Yeah. That's it, though. Otherwise, I'm doing okay.
Nice. Someone else?
Well, for me, we have a new member of the family who joined us today, which is Tessa the Puppy.
Does she have your eyes?
Yeah.
Then you need to get those back.
As I was telling the guys earlier, so Chelsea had been really wanting this dog, and we had talked about it and so on and so forth, and she got everything going with regards to this puppy and everything, and so she went and picked it up the dog up this morning, and the Chelsea has not been happy with me, mostly for the fact that this dog is supposed to be her dog. Well, the dog already likes me more than her. And when I say that, I mean I take the dog outside and the dog goes to the bathroom every time I take the dog out. She took the dog out at least once, maybe twice. Dog never did anything while they were out there. They were just like, I just want to go inside. And the dog just, there was a point where we're on the couch and, she has the dog with her and I'm sitting a little ways away, and the dog is, sitting there and then starts doing the whole, let me go this way, and crawls her way over to me. And so, yeah, I'm not the one that wanted this dog. And yet somehow this dog is look at me like, so, how's it going, Dad? You do know I love you more than anyone else, right? I had a feeling this has happened every time that Chelsea has been like, we're going to get some animals. That I'm going, how is it I know, like I can just feel this, that I'm going to be the one stuck with the animals. I didn't ask for it, but I'm somehow going to be the one stuck with the animals. I have not been proven wrong yet. I don't know if this one will prove me wrong in the end, but I have not been proven wrong yet. So, with that is going to be it for me. It's late for me, so I'm going to have to leave. So, I bid all of you guys adieu and have a wonderful night.
Night, Zerg.
You too.
All right.
Mike?
I was thinking again about video games, beating video games. When I was growing up, we didn't have a console in the house for a long time, except for a Game Boy. And we also didn't have a computer in the house for a long time. So, like I beat Super Mario Land plenty of times. Brother beat Metroid 2. But otherwise, it was a long... I would play stuff at my friends' houses, but not really long enough to finish it.
Ooh, hey, Mike.
Uh-huh.
A few days ago, I beat TMNT Fall of the Foot Clan on the Game Boy for the first time.
Oh, wow.
At least I'm pretty sure it was the first time. I don't remember ever actually beating Krang back in the day.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
It is a miserably boring game to play.
That's too bad.
I don't remember that one.
It was the first Turtles game on the Game Boy. It was one of the super early Game Boy games. So it was understandably limited. I've been reading through old Nintendo Powers on the internet, and it's been in the Game Boy top 10 for like months and months. So apparently people loved it back then because, you know, what were the other options?
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going. I did mean to interrupt, but I didn't mean to continue interrupting like I'm doing right now. I'm doing my Brian impression.
But yeah, like eventually, you know, we got some other stuff and I beat GoldenEye, didn't 100% it. You know, beat Ocarina of Time, beat Majora's Mask. One of the few games I've 100%ed was actually Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube. Got all the weapons, all the costumes, all the other extra stuff. It was pretty fun.
That's a really good version too.
Mm-hmm.
Link was way better than Heihachi or Spawn on the other two versions.
Heihachi was pretty awesome. My brother had it on his PlayStation, and I saw him play it and played with him a few times. But yeah, Link was a bit more interesting all around. I think I only ever saw someone play as Spawn on the Xbox version once. I wasn't very familiar with him at all. Just didn't know anyone who had an Xbox and had Soul Calibur 2.
But yeah, that was Soul Calibur 2 was an amazing game, even for single player, which is not what you think when you think of a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I also did all of that in college because it was awesome.
Oh, Resident Evil 4. No, I don't think 100% at Resident Evil 4. I got a lot of stuff. I don't think I got all of the extra stuff on all the difficulties. But I played through it multiple times.
I think I only ever played through it once per console, but I've played through it like 3 times.
Uh-huh.
I know I beat it on the GameCube and on the Wii, and probably on the 360. And I'm gonna do it again on the PC at some point on stream.
Al in chat said they had a drinking game, Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube.
5v5 matches, random characters, drink when you lost. Huh.
You know, my brother and I would play. It'd be like, we'd start out with random characters, and then eventually we'd just both be playing. We'd just start, but you know, both of us playing charade every round. Like a bunch of matches in a row with both of us being charade.
Charades?
Yeah, did charade, was that the one that changed?
It changed who you were every round, yeah. And you had to just like guess based on how charade was standing about who you were. It was like, okay, I think I'm such and such, and then you hit some buttons like, okay, now I know who I am. Some of them were easier to tell apart than others.
For those of you listening to the audio version, this was a conversation that happened at the beginning of the me hitting record on the stream. So that conversation about beating games will be on the YouTube version, but not on the audio version. So sorry.
Okay. I forgot it was in that part of the show.
And for those of you that are watching on
That's it for my
YouTube,
final thoughts.
you knew that already. So good job.
Yeah.
So was that it?
Yes, that's it. Sorry. I thought I said
okay.
that.
Hell, I don't know. I hurt my back yesterday.
Doing what?
Oh, no.
I have no idea. When I
Oh, that's
woke
right.
up, my back didn't hurt. And I got up and went to the bathroom and grabbed a Pop-Tart. I went to the bathroom and then I went to the kitchen and grabbed a Pop-Tart. I did not go to the bathroom and grab a Pop-Tart.
Oh yeah, just like you do.
Yeah, I keep my Pop-Tarts in the bathroom, don't you? Psh, weirdo. But I grabbed a Mountain Dew and I came back here and I sat down and my back hurt. And I went, what? So I don't know what I did or how I did it, but I managed to aggravate a muscle in my back at some point, and it's been bugging me. It's why I didn't stream last night, because when I got back from dashing, it just hurt. And it still hurts, but not, Now I'm twisting it, so of course I'm going to do that. Yeah, it would have been, play for a few seconds and go, So I opted not to stream last night. But yeah, that's fun. The show also shares a birthday with the old man, who turned 77 yesterday. 'Cause he's old.
Wow.
And yeah, that's about all. Over on YouTube, I'm alternating between episodes of It Takes Two and Eternal Darkness. So, happy-go-lucky multiplayer game with dark undertones to dark cosmic horror video game. So that's fun. I get whiplash every time I go from editing one to editing the other. I'm like, wait, what? I'm done with both of those now, so I have to figure out what to start streaming next. I want to get back to streaming Hitman because I sort of stopped for a while for no real reason. Plus, I have all this...
Oh, you didn't finish that?
You can't finish Hitman.
Oh, you don't beat Hitman? Is that like our previous discussion as well? Where
I mean, you can, but just getting through each level once is just barely scratching the surface of Hitman. So, I think I'm completely done with one mission. As in, I've done everything there is to do in that mission. I think it's one, maybe two. Well, the tutorial missions and one real mission. Yeah. But I just stopped streaming it, partially because, there's not much audience for it, but I really don't care. It's so much fun. And the people who do enjoy it come and enjoy it. So, yeah. I'm going to get back to that at some point. And I've got all these retro games that I really want to play. I want to do some old school beat 'em ups. Like some of the arcade ones. Once I figure out how MAME works, I'm still missing something on MAME. I'm not entirely sure what. Obviously, or else I'd know how to, do it.
that, yes.
But there's so many great old beat 'em ups that are just that never got home console versions. Stuff like, Alien vs. Predator. That game is ridiculous. And other stuff like Monster Maulers. Have you guys ever heard of Monster Maulers? I've never seen one in the wild.
Never in my life, I think.
It looks like a one-on-one fighting game, but instead of you fighting a computer-controlled other character or another human, you're fighting some sort of big-ass monster. And instead of two-player versus, it's two-player co-op where you work together to take down a big-ass monster.
Okay.
And so it's like a fighting game, boss rush game, sort of, kind of. And it looks brilliantly hilarious and absurd. And, yeah. Stuff like that. And I want to play some Streets of Rage so I can understand what's going on when I play Streets of Rage 4. Because I only ever played the first one. And, spoilers, it wasn't that great. I preferred Final Fight. And it turns out Streets of Rage 2 was where it got brilliant, and then 3 was also pretty good.
Was Final Fight the one with Mike Hagar?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
when I was sad a few weeks ago, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play some beat 'em ups, and I played for the first time ever Final Fight 3 on the Super Nintendo.
Ooh, I liked that one.
I had never played Final Fight 3, and yeah, it is amazing. Like the first time that I made Hagar, because I was playing as Hagar, because it's Hagar plus a ponytail. Are you serious? But yeah, the first time I accidentally made him do a special move, I was like, what the hell was that? So I paused it and pulled up the manual, and all these characters have like fighting game special moves now. And I was like, what? And it was really cool. I also played through and beat Golden Axe.
Wow.
Like on the first attempt. And I was like, I don't know if I ever did this as a kid. What the hell? Maybe I was a dumb kid.
That's true. I mean, when we were kids, we just weren't as good or clever.
But yeah, I've been all about some beat 'em ups lately.
Nice.
So I'm probably going to be doing some of that on stream, because beat 'em ups, by and large, don't take super long to play, you know. I think the longest one is probably like Streets of Rage 4, which is a brand new game, and it takes, I don't know, a couple hours for one playthrough. But most beat 'em ups, and especially if you're playing on MAME and you have unlimited quarters, it's, you know, 45 minutes, an hour and a quarter, something like that. So yeah, I want to do some of that on stream. There's a lot of retro gaming I want to do. Old NES games and Super Nintendo games and Genesis games that I missed. Or Genesis games that I played, you know, whatever. All kinds of stuff that I want to experience and share with people. I want to do another taste test like I did with Castlevania, but do it with, I don't know, Spider-Man games or Batman games or something. I have a lot of options, which is probably too many options, which is why I don't ever do any of that, and I just play Dead Cells. I want to play more Dead Cells.
I sense a trend here.
And yeah, I need to get back to working on the script for the first Deep End video, which I had to abandon due to some bad brain. But the brain is mostly back on track now, so I need to get back on that. It's going to be the Legend of Zelda cartoon video that I've been threatening to do for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. But anyway, outside of that, I still have 4 tires. That was it. Was that last week that was an issue, or the previous week?
That was last week.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was not fun. Tires are expensive, by the way. Don't ever blow out 2 tires at once.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we should probably stop now. So, how about I pull up the Patreon list that I accidentally closed earlier and forgot to reopen because I'm stupid. So, I would like to thank our Mythic Lifeguards, which, by the way, go to patreon.com/themanapool, and you can become a lifeguard yourself, which will be very important once the Deep End gets rolling. I'm going to need y'all to check these videos out for me. Let's see here. Scroll. Here we go. I would like to thank our Mythic Lifeguards: Violet Moon, Timu Hellas Haru, Stan, Scuzzo, PJ McMullen, Gothic Man, Mr. Dr. Lewis, Beardy Man, Kim Ho, Casey, John Parker, Jason Kaus, Jason Doan, Jake Jansons. Hope you got your dinner at some point, buddy. Connor Kennedy, Cody Buckowing, Andrew Hunt, ALK Alters, Al, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. So thank you all so very much for your support, and to all of you out there who are lifeguards, thank you so much. And to all of you out there who just listen, we appreciate it. If you watch the YouTube videos or come to the streams, appreciate that too. You guys are the reason that we've been able to do this for 14 freaking years. And allow me to branch out into other non-podcast forms of entertainment. And I'm about to branch out again. Very excited. So yeah. But with that, we will be done with episode 638. Thank you all so very much for joining us. And where were you in 2007?